Shalom, and welcome back to my channel. This is just going to be a brief recap on the Kambosos versus Wyllie fight from early this morning. Um, I'm only going to do a few of the fights that were on the card, and I'm going to actually start with the first fight that they showed when the programming came on, and that was Imam Kataev versus Duval Elias Palacio. This was a 10-round cruiserweight fight. This was the best fight on the card for me, guys, and I was looking forward to, obviously, the ladies' cards, especially Sky and Tiara's fight. But this fight for me, it was totally action-packed. Kataev came out early with some good combos. He seemingly had very good power. And as the fight went on, there was an uptick for Palacio in the action, right? Because he was getting it in as well. But come round 4, Kataev delivered, it was like 4 jabs and a 4 or a right hook that knocked Kataev down. Now, when I look on BoxRec, I don't see it as a knockdown, but this was a legit knockdown, and it was beautiful. As you can see right here, it was 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in the round 4. When this happened, if you want to see the exchange, it was beautiful. This man, Kataev, he was throwing hooks, uppercuts. I mean, his straights, it wasn't so straight. Y'all know I love me some straight shots, but he did some beautiful work, beautiful body work. But again, Palacio began to come back, and he was getting his shots in. He was not getting a lot of shots in, but the shots he were getting in were clean, effective, and powerful when he did. And this is the beginning of the fight. I want to say Kataev's eye was looking like this come between round 4 and 5 in the corner. So yeah, Palacio did put in some work himself. But again, Kataev, just good work he was putting in here. A lot of back and forth, man. Very good fight. Very, very, very good fight. Like I say, he got knocked down in round 4. Now, this was something that was bothering me a little bit with the ref. If you look at this shot, it pretty much looks like it's above the belt line or right on the very top of the belt line. But Kataev was getting caught for low blows. I couldn't see it. I thought they were just kind of picking at Imam, but ultimately in the end, he ended up winning. Now, mind you, this Kataev is a prospect. He is a 9-0 with 9 knockouts. This was the first fight he's had that went the distance, and I really do believe he did good work. But also shout out to Palacio. He made this a very good fight. To me, best fight on the card. The next fight that I want to cover, of course, is Chernenka Johnson and Nina Hughes. This was a rematch for the bantamweight, and it was a 10-round fight, I believe it was supposed to be. Yeah. I will say this, Johnson was attempting. She did look good. She came out, she was jabbing, she was double jabbing. She looked good, but it was a hug fest. Thanks to Nina Hughes. Nina was just trying to hang on for dear life, and I don't know. To me, you guys, this just really looked like kind of messy, a hot mess. And Chernenka did get, or Neeks, she did get some good shots in to the point. Again, you know, the hugging. It was the hugging. It was a lot of hugging going on. But Shanenka ended up, and I don't know, I can't recall if this was a headbutt or if it was a legit shot to her nose. I believe it was a headbutt because, again, there was just so much clinching, so much hugging going on behalf of Hughes. So, to that degree, I feel like it's a little self inflicted. Messy fight. I really didn't care for the fight itself. Come round 7, Nina Hughes, her corner threw in the towel. Great job because she, I think Nina's 42 now. And I want to say she started late as well, out of the UK. She's 42 years old. She's only 6-2 now, I believe. I believe this is her second loss with 1 knockout. So, yeah, Neeks wins by TKO in the 7th round. The next fight, before I do that, let me say hello. Yes, Jai Opataya made his appearance. Very glad to see him. Of course, he says the same thing he always says. He just wants to unify. Let this man unify so he can move around. I believe he wants to move up to light heavy. I would like to see that. Next fight I'm going to cover is the fight that I did want to see the most on this card, and that is Sky Nicholson versus Tiara Brown. Going into this fight, my thoughts were that we all know Sky is very good with the jab, very good on the back foot. And I felt like Tiara definitely had to get on the inside so that she could work. She could work the body. And as the fight began, I would say the first 3 rounds, Sky did her thing that we expected. Jabbing, staying on the outside, circling back out around to her right, and sometimes to the left, mostly to her right, trying to stay away from that rear power hand of Tiara. But as the time went on, it didn't really matter. Tiara was getting shots in, period. She was pressured from the beginning. She came in walking Sky down, taking these shots, getting her jab in, getting her straights in. Occasionally when she would cut the ring and get close enough to her, get into the body, Tiara came in doing her thing. Come round 3, we start seeing a little bit of this. I don't know what the deal was exactly with Sky, because generally she's gonna stay on that back foot. She's gonna work that jab. Everybody loves Sky's jab, and she does have a nice one. I'm just not a huge fan of Sky. Nevertheless, as time goes on, we continue to see more of this. I want to say this is around round 5 here, and it is around 5 when Sky stopped backing so much. She was doing a lot of holding, and as she's doing this, yes, Tiara Brown is actually getting her way. Not only have you stifled Sky's jab, but she's working the body. She is working the body and fighting out of the clinch. I was so happy to see that. She was throwing uppercuts in that clinch. She was throwing twos, like doubles and triples to the body in that clinch. Very happy to see the work that Tiara was doing. I guess the only drawback for me was with both of the women's matches, I just felt like there was too much close fighting going on and not enough clean work. Nevertheless, Oh, let me just point this out. If you look down in the far right corner, Sky's boo. He was there. He was present, and he was very close to her corner in the ring. Right. Anyway, as the fight had continued on, it just became more apparent. Like I said, I think around 5 is when Sky started backing so much. Come 8 and 9, Sky had pretty much, yeah, she was just, I'm gonna assume she was trying to fight on the inside. I'm not sure if she was necessarily tired because of the pressure, because of the body shots that Tiara was giving off, but she kind of resorted to fighting Tiara's fighting a close inside fight. She continued to hold. It was kind of frustrating for me to watch, and I do not listen to commentary. Even if it's on, I'll tune it out. But I cannot lie, when I was listening to these people, every now and again, something would get through, and I felt like they believed Sky was doing a good job, and she did, for what it's worth. But no, Tiara outworked her. Tiara ended up winning a split decision. Here you see Sky, apparently she feels some kind of way. I would just tell her, you need to go back and watch this fight and understand what you did that lost you this fight. Salute. Shout out to Tiara Brown. She is now the WBC World Feather, and much deserved. She did her thing in there. Again, with the women's fights, I did still feel like there was a tad bit in this particular bout anyway of smothering. But when you look again and see that she took away that woman's jab, that she actually got her way as far as fighting on the inside and getting the shots off that ended up, I believe, getting the points for her. She did what she needed to do, and she did a very good job. Again, congratulations to Tiara. I did not totally watch the Kambosos fight. I was not. It was not my intention to. I did catch some of it. Either way, these are the fights that I'm covering. I'm hoping you guys got to see these fights. If you don't, it's on DAZN. You can run it back. There are going to be 2 more fights on today. Pro box fight, I believe, at 5 my time, as well as an OTX card, I believe, that's coming on. Yes, this will be taking place in California, Montgomery versus Hill. And yes, it'll be taking place at 6 o'clock my time. So I believe that's 7 Central, 8 Eastern Standard. And of course, we cannot forget about the Amazon card with Fundora versus Booker, with some good undercard fights on that as well. And that is coming on also, though, at 6. So if you have multiple devices, again, tap in. 1 on Amazon, 1 on DAZN OTX. I believe the Pro Box card, it should be finished, prayerfully, hopefully be finished before these other fights come on, because we got to deal with the prelims. Anyway, shout out to you guys. Thanks for stopping by. Much love to you and yours. Shalom. It's official. The 2025 LDBC Meet and Greet in Las Vegas, Nevada, August 9th and 10th. Hosted by none other than 78 Sports TV. accompanied by many LDBC content creators you know and love. Come through and enjoy the LDBC Basketball Classic, where Team Voltron will take on LDBC Selects. Come on out and have a good time in a family atmosphere. Children are welcome. Get your tickets ASAP. Use code SHAWA to receive $5 off. See you there.